So, what is a skinwalker channel or crawler channel and encounters and hunting them if I do not share what I've seen over these years? That's kind of gave me a professional outlook of these creatures, so I can give you kind of more of an idea what I'm doing. It got kind of cold fast, so I won't be hunting as much, but I will try. This is the crawler documents. They come through at 2 to 3 to 4 a.m. They live in caves. The more muscular these creatures are, the bigger game they eat. The littler is rabbits and, like rodents and foxes. The bigger ones, deers, and they come in packs to probably take bears to their caves. So I drew a cave. So you'll more than likely find them in caves at day or when it's cold. That's basically their domain. It's where most of their prizes are, with their corpses and stuff. I always wondered where they went, but I found out that. Okay, I'm going to start off with my fourth encounter, alright? Okay. Me and my mom and dad, my cousin, was standing outside, well, in the sunroom, alright? We was standing in the sunroom. We put a can of sardines out there just to prove my point on what these things are. We saw something little, it looked like a rabbit or something hopping. But then it leaped, and it looked like it was 10 foot long, and it was like probably over 300 pounds. And it was the scariest thing most people have saw, but I've got kind of used to it. My mom fainted, my cousin said it was a dog, and my dad was like, I told you. This is my fourth encounter, so I'll put it up there. Just think, I'm 14 years old, and I've came across these things, and kind of scared me. This is what it looked like. We thought it was a rabbit or something, but it totally wasn't because of what it did. I call this one a leaper because it totally leaped and cleared the garage. This is a big garage. It jumped over the building. This is my seventh encounter. This one's a sneaker. A stalker. This was my encounter at probably 10 after 10. Just getting dark here in Pomeroy, Ohio. And it was running around a post. Me and my grandpa was outside shining a light. And I saw a glimpse of a pink rear end twisting around a post, like one of those marking posts, and it disappeared into the woods. This is probably my second to last of my encounters. I was walking up the hill by myself because my uncle said he was going to wait on me, but that didn't turn out very good. And I got about halfway and looked over. There's this bony back. It looked like its skin was wrapped in plastic and bones, withered over and stretched. bare naked, dude. Just bare naked. And then I looked at it, and it slid on its rear end and feet. Slides its feet forward and scooches its butt in. It was like, psst, and then it was gone. And I started running the rest of the way, and I was like, not like this! Because I didn't want to die that way. You know what I mean. So, I was like 3 feet from it. This is probably the most unique and closest I've had. Just because of that reason. Out of breath. Alright, so me and my grandpa was sitting outside. This is probably the third encounter. This is probably the most muscular one I've seen. It looks like it's been wrestling bears or something. No joking aside. So me and my grandpa was skinwalker hunting, but now I come to see that they're crawlers. I call this one a tank, because they move really slow, but they're muscular and eat big game. Alright, so we saw this little eyes in the corner of this tree. We didn't pay much attention. We got at least 20 feet away from that tree. Its legs came up before its torso did. And when its torso raised up, it was shaking and leaves were flying everywhere. And it was going, I swear to God. And it started wobbling towards us like a freaking wizard. It was like step after step, like it got hit by a train or something. Look at it. This is the most accurate I can get, I swear. And this one, I didn't see, but my grandpa took a picture of. I want to tell you, I got a cat in October, and this ties in. My cat saved my grandpa's life. He started hissing, and he was wondering what was going on. And my grandpa pulled up his camera. He took 3 pictures of it sliding down the hill. It was by a tree up by the couch that we got sitting in the woods. If it wasn't for that cat, R.I.P. But my grandpa probably wouldn't have been here. This probably would have diced him up pretty bad. Not gonna lie. This is the tallest one I've saw. This is my first encounter. Me and my dad was walking through the woods at like 4:35 probably. Not daylight. But it was sitting on a stump. And there was something behind it with a stick. Just jumping around like, having fun. And I looked away. And I looked back. And this thing looked back and tried to shoo its like kid away or something. Because it was like, shut up. It put its hand back to tell it, like, stay back or shut up and calm down and stay still, because it was freaking out like a kid would, you know, with a stick, and it was like raising it up in the air like an Indian or something. And me and my dad threw down our swords and knives, and we was running. And we saw, well, I did. I looked back, and it was like half as tall as the tree. And like, it was like 12, 13 feet tall. Its arms were crossed, and its leg was behind that leg. They always stand there in style. I don't know why. They always act like they're the king of the woods. This one probably was. Now this one, my dad was urinating on the porch. And he said, hey, one of those white things are outside. Because we call them the white thing because we don't have an explanation. And this is real. And this is haunting us. He saw this outside, looking around like, bleh, bleh, bleh. And I swear to God, I went out there and I saw it, and it disappeared while we was walking up to it. All the pictures are almost falling. Now this was so fast we barely even saw it, but it had its arms behind its back running across the path up the hill. And each step it took was like boom, boom, boom. Like it was heavy, but it didn't look heavy. It was probably real big to make it, you know. So it crawled off in the weeds. We took a few steps and we was like, holy crap, that was that white thing, wasn't it? I was like, yeah, it sure was, man. Last one, my 9th encounter. Me and my mom and my dad was walking outside. I went behind the red car by the driveway. It was charging right towards my mom. And I twisted around the car, and then it started running the opposite direction. I was chasing it with my flashlight. And I was like, come on, you bastard. You know, because it's crazy, man. Excuse my language, but that it ain't getting my mom, alright? That's something I ain't doing. Alright, there's one I am not including in this. I don't know why. I haven't wrote it down yet, because I just remembered. Me and my grandma was driving down the road. The mileage on the car was 666. Big coincidence for this encounter. But we pulled into my mom and dad's, and we saw this pink, and it faded into white thing behind the chimney on top of the roof. And it was peeking around it and twisting around it unnaturally and crap. And I ran in and made sure that she got home safe. That's the last thing I want to happen, is to get my grandma or one of the pets or one I love. But I'm here trying find what this is and help all you people out that's having these problems, them damaging your crops, eating your chickens, and whatever. Keep a knife and go wild outside. Alright, goodbye.